I put the box on the counter as Gabe appeared with the feather duster in his hand. He wore trousers, a white shirt, and suspenders. His sandy hair was cut short, but not in a bowl cut, which gave away that he wasn't really Amish. Except not to the tourists. Most of them didn't know little details like that. Mommy liked us to dress plain when we worked in the shop. Gabe dropped the duster on the counter. "I tried to call you like 10 times. I patted the jacket of my coat for my phone, which I had on silent, and then pulled it out. 3 times, I said, not 10. He rolled his eyes. I wanted to get the china cleaned up. The customer is stopping by in an hour. Well, I opened the box as I spoke. You can do it now. Gabe was the younger brother of Ivy's boyfriend, Conrad, which made Gabe like the annoying younger brother I never had. Except he wasn't younger than me. He was 2 years older. Regardless, he was annoying. "Who's in the van?" Mommy asked. "A guy from class." I turned toward the door. "He lives in our apartment building." Mommy scowled. She'd been absolutely against us getting an apartment. It made no sense to her when there was plenty of room in the farmhouse. "He's harmless. I'm just helping him out today. That's why I couldn't bring the china earlier." I headed toward the door, and both Mommy and Gabe followed me. As I stepped outside onto the porch, the first thing I noticed was that Rylan wasn't in the van. I looked to my right and then quickly to the left. He was nowhere to be seen. I yelled, "Rylan? Where are you?" "Back here." His voice came from behind the building. I jumped off the end of the porch and walked around the side of the building. Mommy and Gabe didn't follow. I guessed they were headed through the store to the back door. There was a rickety staircase in the back that led to an upper storeroom, where the view of the farm and the surrounding land was fantastic. Several years ago, according to Mommy, a young couple had climbed past the "Do Not Enter" sign and were sitting on the stairs taking selfies. When Mommy came out the back door, they'd asked her to take a photo of the two of them on the woman's phone. I could only imagine what Mommy said in response. After that, Dottie made a bigger sign that read, "Private, do not enter," and bought a bright yellow rope as a barricade. Recently, even though the staircase was roped off, Dottie realized it had deteriorated more and had ordered lumber to repair it, but it hadn't been delivered yet. "Rylan?" I called out as I rounded the corner. As I feared, he stood on the first landing of the staircase, about 5 feet off the ground. The rope was on the ground, and I didn't see the sign anywhere. The gray cat sat on the bottom step. He turned toward me and leaned his back against the railing as Mommy and Gabe came out the back door. "Get down!" Mommy barked. Rylan leaned back some more, probably to get a better view of Gabe, who stood behind Mommy. "Gabe? Gabe Johnson? Why are you wearing those clothes?" It all happened in slow motion. Rylan put more of his weight against the railing as he tried to stand up straight, turning as he did. But then he fell forward, into the wooden railing, and it snapped in two. As he fell over the edge, his arms flailed and his cane flew. I froze. The cat ran. He hit the ground with a thud. For a moment, all was silent. But then a spine-chilling scream brought me to my senses.